Hello there. Today is the third day of my challenge. Okay, taking up the challenge, and today is the third day. Today is the 7th of July 2021. And okay, I'm so excited because it's now 10 plus 15 p.m. And yeah, here we go. I just Today is a long day to me. I did finish my work at around 6:30 or 7 p.m. and then I had a very quick dinner, and then I took a walk for around 1 hour. Yeah, I managed. So let me count the steps. 8,400 steps for more than an hour walking. So it's a good job, I think. And then I had a lesson to teach English from 9 to 10 p.m. And now it's my time to just sit back, relax, and read English to continue this challenge. I'm excited and I love reading, I love English. That's why I feel so excited. Like I can see a significant I can see the significant result, not result like the effect or the impact of this challenge. Like I get more self-disciplined. I better prepare myself for this talk, and I know that I do believe that after 30 days, something may happen. So let's come back to this challenge. And again, I will use up my saved articles on Facebook. Like today, actually, I intended to read some protocol, some like working materials from my job because I'm still having so many uh pending jobs. So like some white papers, some position papers, and some protocols to read. But I think that like all the new words in the protocol, like something related to my clinical trial from my job, uh, I'm 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 so used to it. So like if I read it again, so it does not serve me in the way that I want to improve the vocab. I want to improve the ideas and to improve my knowledge, my general knowledge. So that's why like I still choose to read the newspaper about the articles about the post over there someone else other than working. So it's only me. And I don't feel lonely. I don't feel lonely at all. I'm good. So okay, so I have some options here. I have some options here, and I will start with a very easy one. Is from Psychology Today. It is 2 minutes read post. Okay, let's get started. You said it. Yeah. Okay. So okay, why pregnancy and birth terrify certain people. Many struggle with tokophobia, but in subtly different ways. The concept of pregnancy and childbirth can prompt a range of emotional reactions. It's normal to have conflicted and varied responses. For some, though, the idea prompts terror and disgust that goes beyond what may be thought of as normal apprehension of or anxiety. This intense fear of pregnancy and or childbirth is tokophobia. Tokophobia can involve the, the debilitating distress, a variety of panic and disgust based physical responses, phobic avoidance, and various compulsions. These often have notable impacts on a person's relationships and life choices, potentially depriving a person of meaningful relationships or desired children. When pregnancy is undertaken, it is with intense trepidation. Unfortunately, while there is some formal research on tocophobia and its treatment, does not seem to be an abundance of it. The term itself was only coined in the 2000s. In the studies available since then, the definition of tocophobia varies. making it challenging to draw accurate conclusion. And because the fear of pregnancy and fear of childbirth are often lumped together in the definition, as are primary and secondary tokophobia see below, it is tricky to find information on more nuanced presentations. Types of tokophobia, the distinction is typically made between primary and secondary tokophobia. Primary tokophobia refers to the fear of pregnancy, childbirth, without first-hand experience it, often developing in childhood or adolescence. Secondary tokophobia is a fear that arises following a traumatic pregnancy, loss, or birthing experience. There seem to be further qualifiers applicable to both primary and secondary tokophobia, and that I would identify as the following. Please note that this is not based on empirical research, but on my reading and clinical observations. Reluctant. A person with this type of tokophobia has decided that they do indeed want to have a baby. They may be certain of their desire to have a biological child through pregnancy, but be completely paralyzed by fear and unable to take any steps at all toward the goal. Or they may take some steps to get pregnant, but along the way be plagued with panic attacks, extreme fear or pain, uncontrollable worry, or other anxious symptoms. Avoidant. A person with this type of tokophobia decidedly does not want to get pregnant at this time in their life. The tokophobia presents more as obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder with obsessive worry about getting pregnant. Much like with contamination OCD, a person with this type of tokophobia may sense that they have somehow come into contact with semen in public spaces or have extreme anxious reactions before, during, and after any sexual contact. They may be stuck in a monthly cycle of intense worry leading up to the relief of getting their period. They may engage in avoidance by not pursuing romantic relationships or by abstaining from sex altogether. They may also engage in compulsive checking, taking frequent pregnancy tests, safety behaviors, e.g., using multiple forms of birth control, reassurance seeking, e.g., asking partners, friends, and family for reassurance that they are not or could not be pregnant, information gathering, e.g., researching if it's possible to get pregnant in obscure ways, and other rituals to quell that they perceive as the likelihood of becoming pregnant. Ambivalent. In the third category are people that for various reasons are on the fence about whether they want children at all or additional children and are especially fearful about having their own through pregnancy. They may experience obsessive doubt and intolerable uncertainty about the decision. While research and formal guidelines for the treatment of tokophobia are scant, it seems clear that a holistic, multifaceted approach to create the most densely layered web of support is ideal, especially for those attempting to get pregnant and give birth. It could be helpful to identify which type of tokophobia a person is experiencing to inform the most appropriate approaches to treatment. Ultimately, there are no right or wrong or prescribed choices. Not gestating and birthing a biological child is a perfectly valid choice that should be embraced if that's genuinely what you want. If, however, your aim is to get pregnant and tokophobia is the main hurdle standing in your way, know that there are approaches to manage the fear and feel supported. If you are not looking to get pregnant but you avoid relationships and sexual contact for fear of getting pregnant, know that there are ways to work through the fear and build meaningful connections with others. If you are perpetually in a state of distress at the thought of getting pregnant, there is relief. In short, if you find yourself profoundly fearful of pregnancy and childbirth, know that you are not alone. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken, and you have options. More posts on treatment recommendations come. For now, for further reading, please see the reference section below. Wow, I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps because I find something relatable. It's not about like sexual contact, but like you get some kind of phobia getting contacts with others. So I got goosebumps. It's not because of I'm turning the fan directly to me, here's the fan, but because I find myself in this case and wow, I'm not alone, right? I see that one of my friends, she get married, but yes, she gets some kind of tokophobia that she's not ready for the sexual intersection with her partner, and then it's the end of the when it's the end of relationship, and and in her case, her mother is a doctor, but she cannot find the way to solve the problem between the couple, but they ended up with the broke with the breakup, with the divorce. So that's why I'm getting the goosebumps right now. So in terms of the meaning of this article, they are talking about the fear, the fear of getting pregnant and the fear of giving birth. It's not specifically to one person, but like by reading some clinical observations, by reading news, by reading a lot of like medical reports, the writer came to a conclusion that it's not something abnormal. It's not something that only happen in a very small group of people, but like it's a phenomenon and it's right there. And once you get something, some symptoms or some signs of this kind of tokophobia, it is okay and it is the time for you. Maybe you want to talk with your doctor. And okay, so that's about the general idea of the concept of this writing, and I think it's well written as well. And coming back to the purpose of this kind of challenge, like I myself saw lots of new words, and I find okay with that. Okay, so let's come back once again. So it's who's watching? Is it you? Who's with me right now? I cannot see the viewer. I cannot see it, but I only see that there are two people here. There is another people here with me in this challenge. So whoever you are, so you can do the same thing. So I'm now reading in the psychological today. Uh, how to make it focus on, it's hard to see, it has to focus on my screen. So psychology today is one of my favorite web fan page on Facebook. So it's more, of course it's psychology. It's named is psychology today, so it's more about psychology, but like it has to explain lots of phenomena, lots of concepts that we are observing, but like no way to explain it in our language. So after reading psychology today page, like sometimes I feel like I'm there, and my case is quite clear, and there are more case relevant to me. So I think it. It's not only about like, it's more about the normal aspects of life, and I like it. So coming back to the topic of pregnancy and birth, giving birth. um, yeah, okay, so let's see if we are having any new words and new good sentences or new phrases or the collocations that good to notice. Okay, the concept pregnancy childbirth can prompt a range of emotional reactions for sure. Prompt, like promptly, prompt means quick, right? So, but prompt here means um bring as well. It can serve as a verb as bring. So can prompt to, can prompt, bring to, can prompt a range of emotional reactions. It's normal to have conflicted responses, varied responsive. The idea prompts terror and disgust. The idea prompts the idea prompts terror. Terror means no, Jesus. But in psychology today, in this fan page, in this website, they do not have the lookup function. So that I need to open my dictionary. What's wrong with the lighting today? So like I'm opening my dictionary, and my favorite one, of course, is the Vietnamese English dictionary. And now I'm opening it, and I will search for the word terror. Terror, is it kind of the same relates to territory? Terror. Terror. Terror means terrifying, something like that. Terrifying or terrible. So terror is to be in terror. So we can refer to terrible. We can refer to terrifying. So terror, to be in terror. Yeah. Okay. The idea prompts terror and disgust that goes beyond what may be thought as normal. Apprehension or anxiety. So apprehension. What does this mean? Apprehension. Terror. Apprehension. 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 The same apprehension of death. So death or to be under apprehension. Hmm. So apprehension, is it the synonym of the terror, or terror, terror, terror? It's the same. Terror is terrifying. Ah, yes, terrify. Terrify is the verb form of terror. Okay, so terror, terrify. And here we have another synonym is apprehension. Apprehension. Okay, repeat after me. Apprehension is at the same meaning with terror. Okay, and anxiety. This intense fear. So terrifying, terror, terrifying apprehension is the intense fear. Intense fear. Intense fear of pregnancy and or childbirth is tokophobia. Tokophobia can involve, you know the word. Debilitating means weakening, distress. Okay, so I think like I see the benefits of doing this kind of challenge. Now when I look at the word debilitating, I no longer see it as a new word. I saw it in yesterday's section. So debilitating mean weakening. Yeah, yeah. Debilitating. So distress. Yeah, distress, a signal of distress. The exhaustion, yep, or the poor or the dangerous, the distress, the exhaustion, the distressing, or okay. So I will get there. I will choose this word as exhaustion. Okay, okay, distress. involve debil, debilitating distress, exhaustions, a variety of panic and disgust-based physical responses, phobic avoidance, various compulsions, compulsive and compulsion, 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 mm, compulsion, compulsions. So, tokophobia can involve debilitating distress, a variety of panic, disgust-based physical responses, phobic avoidance, and various compulsions. Compulsions. Sự ám ảnh, cưỡng chế. À, OCD, 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 OCD. À, rối loạn do ám ảnh thúc đẩy. Rối loạn do ám ảnh thúc đẩy. OCD, rối loạn ám ám ảnh cưỡng chế. This so compulsive compulsive một cách compulsive, like you are not willing to do it, like you are forced to do it. So that's in the case you say that like it is compulsive. It is compulsive. When you say that is the job or the task is compulsive, it means that your manager or you are assigned to do it and you are not willing, you are not happy doing so. So you'll say that it is compulsive. It is compulsive. It is compulsive. And the noun form of it is the compulsions. Okay, got it. And agree with it. These often have notable impacts on persons' relationships and life choices, potentially depriving a person. Depriving, I saw it millions of times. Depriving a person of meaningful relationships, or deprive, like you get the opportunity. Depriving a person of depriving deprive deprive you get it, you take the opportunity of the people to stay happy, to stay a happy life, to stay a meaningful lives. So when we say that case, we will use deprive. For example, we can use like the word it deprives people of a peaceful of the life in peace. So the war it it sees or it still or it take. So okay, deprive, it takes, it steals, or it gets, or it seizes. Mm. So in this sentence they use that like the impact, it deprives a person of meaningful relationships or desired children. Mm. Intense, when pregnancy is undertaken, it is with intense trepi- trepidation, so many new words. Trepidation, trepidation. Oh, it's the worrisome. Ah, it's the awkwardness, and it's the worrisome. It's the word. No, worrisome. Worrisome is the adjective. So worriness is the word. Horniness. Sorry. That's so worrying is the worrying. What's the now form of cannot worry in now form? It's the worrying, anxiety, uneasiness. Worry is the noun as well. Okay. So that's why when we say no worries, no worries. So the worries there is the noun already. So but like when we say that I'm not worried. So it's the adjective is worried. And when it is a noun, it's worry is a noun. I don't know. Now I know it. So trepidation, trepidation, trepidation. So how do you call it? Trepidation, trepidation.
Trepidation.
Trepidation is the worry, is the uneasiness, is the anxiety, and is the awkwardness. So we learn a new word trepidation, trepidation, trepidation. Not for sure. While there's some formal research on tokophobia and treatment, there seems to be an abundance, of it. Like there's not enough information. Like when I say like be abundant, it is to be an abundance of it. Does not seem abundant. Abundant means like you have a lot, like you have a lot of it. So abundance, abundance, abundance. Oh, I have a butt ache. Because like I think because like I sit too much. Started working from today it's from 6 or 7 a.m. and until 7 p.m. like almost 12 hours just sitting here and work. So I get some trouble with my butt. Sorry. Abundance. It's not an abundance of it. It's not of abundance. So how do they use it? They use like seem to be abundance. There does not seem to be abundance of it. Not too much, not enough. Abundance of it. When it comes to the attractive form, it's the abundance. Like to be abundant is something like có rất nhiều thứ gì đó. An abundant year, or to be abundant in something. Mm, like like having enough of it or having too much. So like there does not seem to be an abundance of it. Like not too various, not too in too many. Just so. The term only coin mean okay. So the term itself, the coin you mean is the coin is the kind of money in the middle kind of money, the coin, right? So in this case when they use it as a verb, so coin means made or created or generated. So I like it. It's the second time I see the coin as a verb. So the sentence is the term itself was only coined. Oh, okay. I will use it. Was only coined in the 2000s. The studies of the beneficiary of making challenge draw accurate conclusion. Draw a conclusion is a good word to use. Draw a conclusion. Draw a conclusion. Đưa ra kết luận. Draw, like come with a conclusion is okay. To come, but like to conclusion, to make a conclusion. Yes, of course we can use make a conclusion, but in here they use draw conclusions. It's very nice. And because the fear of pregnancy and birth are often lumped together, lumped. Yesterday we learned the word is slump. Slump. Slump means plummet, plummet, or plunge, or decrease, or yep. So that's slump. When we refer to the slump, but that's slump. Yep. But in here is lumped, and they use that something's lumped together. Ah, lump. Ah, what's the animal that running around the desert, the desert. Oh, so uh can you remember camel? The top in the back of the camel, they call it the lump. True. How was that? Close. So the lump. But when it comes to a verb, so what does that mean? As a verb, it's compile. It's compile. and it's like it's put one by one together as in order. So like one, two, three, like it piles up. It is they are piled up, or we can say that we compiled them together. So lump, a lump sum. Ah, now I get it. Lump sum, it's when the well, like when we have a contract, and we say that this amount of money in the contract will be paid as a lump sum. It means that the sponsor or the client will pay us at one time only. So that's the lump sum. But in the past, I do not know the lump is the back of the camel. So right now I get it. So the lump sum, lump means like piling up everything together, pile up everything together. So that like pile up, like you um you aggregate them together. So and you pile up, they build up, they add, you add on everything together. So it's the lump. Lump is a verb. So and lump sum. So here the use is that often lumped together. So pregnancy and fear of childbirth, the fear of pregnancy and the fear of childbirth are often lumped together in the definition. Interesting. Nuanced. I wanted nuanced. Like it takes me quite a while to understand the nuance. Đó là nhiều sắc thái, nuanced, on more nuanced presentations. I like it, nuanced. My manager or my CEO, he always wants to use this nuanced when it comes to the opinion. Like one KOL will give this kind of nuance opinion about things, and other will bring about an other nuanced point of view about that. So nuanced verb is the adjective, and nhiều sắc thái is when we call that um, like nuanced presentations. And so the next part, oh, it's 32 minutes already, so it's just I'm trying to read another, like, CNN business. I like business topic. So let's try to wrap up this topic in the next 8 minutes. I'm not quite sure. So types of tokophobia. So there are two types: reluctant, avoidant, and ambivalent. So let me tell you about ambivalent first. So today when reading the white paper by my CEO, I see the word ambivalent as well. And I know that it means that unsure, it's vague, it's doubtful. Okay, so ambivalent mean that you are not so sure of the cases. So in here, that reluctant, that you like it but you are afraid of doing so. Avoidant means that you do not want to do it at all. And ambivalent, like you are not quite sure that you want it or not. So like when you are in like, I do believe that its synonym is ambiguous, ambivalent, and its synonym as ambiguous or vague or doubtful. Yes. So, and in the words, distinction means the difference. That this distinction is very, when you say that two things very different, like instead of using this different for many times, you can use the word that is so distinctive. It's so distinctive. It means that it's so different. This so like distinctive is the synonym of different, right? So the noun form of different is difference, and the noun form of distinctive is distinction. I like lump sum. If I am still in the dictionary, and it still stop at the lump sum. I like lump. Remember the camel? The camel is the animal that go through the desert. That is I think it's the main carrier tool, the main transportation in the paths to going through the desert, that they used camel to carry all the stuff. Sometimes it carried people as well. So in the back of the camel, we in the back of the camel are lumps. Okay, so coming back to distinction, distinction, distinction. Oh, ah, distinction. It's not difference. Distinction without a difference. Điều phân biệt thực ra không có gì khác là nhau. Điều phân biệt giả tạo. Ah, distinctive. Man of distinction. Like hmm, phân biệt sự khác nhau. Sự... Okay, so distinctive is very like like it's very different. It's very distinctive. And to me, it's the same. So we have primary and secondary tokophobia. For the primary tokophobia refers to the fear of pregnancy in childbirth without first-hand experience of it. Like you have no idea about pregnancy, you have no idea about childbirth, but you're just scared of it. You're just scared of it. Like you don't want it. But with a secondary, like developing childhood or adolescence. But for the secondary, it means that it arises following a traumatic pregnancy, like after a loss, after the pregnancy loss, after the very terrible birthing experience, like you do not want to do it the next time. So they call it secondary tocophobia. Makes sense. It makes lots of sense. Okay, that I would identify research and reading. Indeed, once I have a baby, they may be certain of their desire. Ah, okay. This they repeat in using the word it's biological child, biological child, biological child. It's the baby that you carry yourself. They call it the biological child. Through pregnancy but completely paralyzed by fear and unable to take any steps into what. Or they may take steps to get pregnant, but along the way be plagued. The word plague, plagued with panic attacks, extreme fear, pain, uncontrollable worry, or other anxious. Trappy, trappy, uh, apprehensions. I'm trying to remember some synonyms of anxiety. It's worry, it's anxiety, and trepidation. Trepi, trepi, trepidation. Is that correct? Trepidation. Yes, trepidation and apprehension. Apprehension. Is that correct? Compulsive. This is compulsive. It is so compulsive. Apprehensions. Can I find it? What's that? Where, apprehensions. Oh, anxiety. Okay, so I'm coming back to this. Plat. Force somebody to do something. Like plat. I think so. Plat. Oh, I'm sorry. You call it plict.
Plague.
Plick.
Plague.
Plick.
Plague.
Mm. Oh, makes somebody feel so annoying. So if something is so annoying, you say that. What a plick. What a plick.
Plague.
Plague. Plague. Plague is a noun, like the plague of flies. The plague là tai họa. The plague of flies. Or it can be used like as an annoying. The tai họa is an annoying thing, right? So when they can use it like is something annoying. So plague on him, or in the verb as a verb form, you can use plague somebody with questions. Like it means that you are annoying somebody with questions. So plague, plague, plague is synonym of. It's the synonym of annoy. Okay, annoy. Annoying. It's so annoying. You can say that điều đấy là khó chịu đúng không? It's so annoying. And you can say that it's so plaguing. Or how plague. What what a plague. What is the word? Plague on him. Plague on him. Or a plague of flies. What a plague this child is. Okay, so coming back, way be plagued. But along the way, be plagued. Plagued. The verb is be annoyed with panic attacks. Let's try to remember that. Avoidant, not to get at all. Okay, so the very last thing is Tokophobia presents more as OCD. I think OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. So disorder is rối loạn đúng không? Disorder. But how about like obsessive and compulsive? Compulsive là kiểu cưỡng chế, còn obsessive là ám ảnh. You know that when we say that like I am obsessed with Thai movie là tôi bị ám ảnh bởi phim Thái. Kiểu when you say that you are thinking about something too much, way too much, that you cannot sleep, or you even think about it in your dreams. So it means like whether it's about money, whether it's about work, whether it's about like positions, whether it's about games, it can be about anything that you are, when you are thinking way too much about it. So you can use the words like you are obsessed with a thing. So in here, so OCD means obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD, rối loạn ám ảnh cưỡng chế. Very nice. You know that I think this universe is so reasonable, and he's so smart. Like, I think yesterday or some other day or the days earlier, some days earlier, like when I read a post from a very famous writer on Facebook, and she said that she's kind of OCD person who needs to get everything in order. Like when she plays a dishes, when she plays a dish on the table, like she needs to ensure that all elements, like all each of the element of that dish on the table, on the plate, needs to be in order. So that I have a question to myself. Okay, so what exactly OCD mean? And so you know that today I have an answer for that. So I want to say that if you have, it's something in the Bible, I guess. Like if you knock the door will open. If you ask, there will be an answer. And if you knock the door will open. So be curious, be curious about everything in life. Set questions to everything, to everyone in life, and then just remember that I have a bottle of water to finish. I cannot. It's ginger. It's the hot ginger. It smells good. It's a hot ginger water. I feel thirsty. Oh, still way too much. I cannot. And it's hot. I need to wait for it to cool down and then to have it, and then it still get like maybe like 1/4 of this bottle. Way too much to finish. Or maybe I can save it for tomorrow. I hope that it will be okay, because this lock and lock bottle to keep the hot water. It's very good, and it's the yellow color. I like it. Mwah. I like it very much. Like often use it to all kind of water, whether it's got lit or with ginger like today. So I'm trying to have ginger every day because it's good for my health. That's it. It's coming back. Oh, OCD. Okay, obsessive compulsive disorder. Like it. Have somehow come into contact with salmon in public spaces, or have extreme anxious reactions before, during, and after any sexual contact. Much like with contamination OCD, a person with this type of tokophobia may sense that they have somehow come into contact with salmon in public space. I cannot guess the words. Sometimes I can guess it. I can guess the definition and the meaning of it. But for this guy, I don't get it. Like salmon, sperm. Ew, ew. Do you call it semen?
Semen.
Semen,
Semen.
semen. So why do you call it semen? Why don't you use it as sperm? So semen means sperm. Ew, ew. Come into contact with ew. Don't get it, but like semen and sperm is okay. They may be stuck in a monthly cycle of intense one leading up to relief of getting red period. They may engage in avoidance, compulsive tracking, safety, reassurance seeking, rituals. I think on the fence feel I think doubt, intolerable uncertainty. So I think that's it. Multifaceted. I like it when you say that. I think it's very nice. Like the last sentence is while research and formal guidelines for the treatment of tokophobia are scant. Scant. It's scant. Scant. It's it's too little. It's scant. Scant means too little. It seems clear that a holistic, multi, holistic means like thorough, holistic, multifaceted, 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 nhiều mặt ấy. Facet là mặt ấy. Yeah, facet. Multifaceted là nhiều mặt ấy. So for this case, they use it as an adjective. So it will be multifaceted. Multifaceted. So holistic là tổng quát, tức là bao quát. Overall á, overall này, thoroughly này, holistic, holistic. So and another word they choose to use is multifaceted, multifaceted approach. Densely layered web of support. Web of support. Nice word. Oh, that's too. It's good too. It's so lengthy. No right or wrong. Yeah, right. No right or wrong. Not gestating and birthing a biological, not gestating and birthing a biological child is a perfectly valid choice that should be embraced if that's genuinely what you want. So gestating means pregnancy. Yeah, gestating, just gestating, gestate, gestate. Oh yeah. So pregnancy and gestation, pregnancy and gestation. Okay, so here this is the same meaning. So gestation. So here that not gestating and birthing a biological is perfectly valid choice. True, 100% agree. It depends. Your aim is to get pregnant, but like if you're getting perpetually, if you are wanting it but you cannot do it, so that's the perfect time for you to see doctors. Perpetually, perpetually is it forever? Perpetually, yes, it means evergreen. Evergreen, evergreen means perpetual.
Perpetually.
Perpetually means evergreen, ever, forever. Evergreen. Mm. Okay, so 50 minutes. Just they said that this is a four. They said that this is a 4 minutes break, and guess what? It took me 50 minutes to finish it. It's amazing. It's wonderful. So I am having 10 minutes left, and let's move on the next one. And I will go with Bitcoin. I saved this post for 2 days because um, it like when I first read the title like, about Bitcoin, I'm curious, and I really want to give it a. I want to give it some time to read about about this because like people are oh it's very lengthy. So I think that I only a so I will save it for tomorrow. I guess it's very lengthy. So let's go to mm, I have two more options. The first is the surface. Surfside catastrophe raises concerns about San Francisco sinking Millennium Tower. Oh, it's long as well. It's so long. So I think tomorrow I need to save like 30 minutes each. So, okay, so how about how about relaxing yourself with a not National Geographic? Can you see it? It's another. I saved this spot. See, you can see the birds. So it's my favorite as well. Like to be into the to be into the to be into the nature. Yeah, to this is kind of. I am a penguin. I am a penguin. I'm living in my in my south in the uh, Arctica in the Arctica. How to say Arctica. Arctic. I don't know. Arctic. Arctic, right? Arctic. Arctic. Uh, Arctic.
Arctic.
Arctic. Arctic. Arctic. Arctic. Ah, Arctic
Arctic.
and Arctic. No, Arctic. Hmm. Cực Nam là gì? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a penguin and I forget it. And I can forget it. Let me choose the Vietnam Nam Cực. À, Nam Bắc băng dương Nam băng dương à? Southern Ocean, Nam Đại Dương. No, I don't want to ask about the Dương. I don't want to ask about the ocean. So the continents, the southern, the northern continent, and the southern continent. How do you spell it? How do you say that? The Arctic, cực Nam, Arctic, 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 Arctic. Oh, sorry. Arctic. Ừ. Bắc cực à? Trời ơi, Bắc cực, Nam cực. Nam cực means Antarctic, 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 Antarctic. Antarctic và Antarctic. Cannot remember that. That's weird. Antarctic and Antarctic. So I'm a penguin, so I'm living in Antarctic. So coming back to to reason why I want to mention about that because like I'm a big fan of trees, big fan of Mother Nature. So whenever I can like immerse whenever I can like immerse myself into the nature, that's the best time ever. So coming back to this to the reach is about rare endemic wildfire is thriving in Musungin Georeserve. It's interesting. It is so lengthy. It's about the birds. It's just about the birds and about the biodiversity. So I have 5 minutes left, and let's see if how much. So if we just have 5 minutes, I will choose to go with Bitcoin. Sorry, myself. Okay. Commentary. Will Bitcoin become mainstream currency in Singapore one day? Despite its increased use and popularity in Singapore, Bitcoin has several characteristics that make it unsuitable for use as a transactional currency, say Hana Yi Fin Lim and Bo Wai Fong from National Technology University at TU. Singapore, we see increasing we see increasing interest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as the price of Bitcoin rallied and crashed, showing an almost tenfold increase in price over a 1 year period. Bitcoin is to date Bitcoin is to date the highest valued or most expensive cryptocurrency in the world, having grown by 276% in the last year alone, well ahead of others, such as Ether used on the Ethereum network. It peaked in April this year before crashing to almost half its value in June. Singapore investors too are keeping a sharp eye on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, with traditional institutions such as banks starting blockchain funds to give their high net worth investors the opportunity to invest in cryptocurrencies. We even see traditional businesses like Kopitiam in Funan announcing that they will be accepting cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. As of January, there were 8 Bitcoin ATMs in Singapore and about 51 businesses listed as accepting cryptocurrencies for payment, according to Statista. Wow. Bitcoin as a transactional currency. Bitcoin, however, has several characteristics that make it unsuitable for use as a transactional currency. The, the volatility of Bitcoin suggests that both consumers and merchants bear exchange rate risk, which arises from the need to exchange fiat currency to Bitcoin. For instance, in 2010, we saw the first ever commercial transaction using Bitcoin to purchase a pair of pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins, what is said to equal to about 40 US dollar, then would cost almost 400 US dollar million today. This inefficiency of blockchain with transactions taking hours, even days to be confirmed, and the use of proof of work in Bitcoin mining also results in excessive electricity use, leading to sustainability issues. So it is unlikely that Bitcoin will see widespread adoption locally as a currency for transactions, although other forms of virtual currencies or stablecoins with values patched to certain fiat currencies may see wider adoption as a currency for transactions. Further, there are limited regulation protections for the customers of cryptocurrencies, which mean that unlikely e-money stored in an easy link card or in a bank account should the company become insolvent. Yeah, should the company become insolvent, the customers of cryptocurrencies may well lose the entire amount. Correct. In this regard, the Monetary Authority of Singapore (MAS) has required cryptocurrency firms to make clear and appropriate disclosures to their customers, including merchants, so that all customers are aware of the risks. Nice try. Cryptocurrencies are not legal tender, nor are they securities. Instead, they are considered goods, just like collector's cards, which people can buy from vending machines or shops. And as good, they can be used as a medium of exchange. Bitcoin as an investment instrument. But with high net but with high net worth investors increasingly interested in incorporating cryptocurrencies into their investment portfolio, and mainstream banks such as DBS offering investment opportunities to clients featuring cryptocurrencies as part of the portfolio, we are likely to see interest amongst local investors in cryptocurrencies given its increased availability from banks. It should be noted, however, that the size of the cryptocurrency market in Singapore remains extremely small. According to the MAS, over the years, the MAS has repeatedly issued consumer advisory to warn the public of the risks of trading or investing in cryptocurrencies. The prices of cryptocurrencies can be highly volatile and are often speculative in nature. This is not surprising given that factually and scientifically cryptocurrencies are nothing more than bytes of data sitting on computers in networks. They are not patched. They are not patched to any nation's economy or economic fundamentals, and their value cannot be objectively measured or ascertained. Their values are simply what people think they are worth, very much like collectible cards, and even fluctuating according to the tweets of billionaires like Elon Musk. Fluctuating The massive quick in the massive quick increases in value are attract the massive quick increases in value are attractive to those hoping to make fast profits. Investors are always hopeful that they can buy at the trough the trough and sell at the peak, especially since the rise and fall cycles occur frequently and rapidly. Rules against misuse. In addition to warning consumers of the speculative nature of many of these virtual assets, the MAS has imposed rules to combat the misuse of cryptocurrencies to finance terrorism and weapons proliferation and money laundering, such as laundering proceeds from drug trafficking and the use of cryptocurrencies to receive ransom or other illicit payments. The ability of cryptocurrencies to be moved or used quickly, relatively anonymously, and the cross-border nature of such transactions means that they are ideal mechanisms of money laundering. Further, cryptocurrency assets stolen from cryptocurrency firms with poor governance or cybersecurity measures can be laundered unnoticed either through other firms with equal poor governance or cybersecurity measures or through DeFi, decent, decentralized finance systems, which has no intermediaries for transactions. Regulation for providers. In Singapore, entities offering the trading of cryptocurrencies are regulated as digital payment token service providers under the Payment Service Act and need to be licensed. Similarly, entities that deal in cryptocurrencies or facilitate the transmissions. I'm tired. It's way too long and I cannot finish it. So I think tomorrow, but it's interesting in terms of the the it raises lots of concerns. I think it's quite general and it's not surprising. It's not surprising at all. Like through this article about Bitcoin, like with the pros and cons, with the drawbacks and with the good things about it. So I think tomorrow we'll come back. I still need to work and it's 1 hour already. So I think I will. Yeah, good job, Phoebe. Third day, 3 days in a row, and I think you can make it. I like this activity. I will come back tomorrow. I don't know the time. Tomorrow I have three classes, so I mean maybe I come. I will take this challenge. I I did tend to do it by tomorrow's morning, but like I'm packed with two interviews, with one interview, with one presentation, and then with one training in the afternoon. So maybe tomorrow I will be packed with all schedules, and at night I have three classes. So tomorrow will be a long day. It will be a very interesting day. So no worries at all. So I'll be seeing myself at 1, maybe 11 p.m. 11 p.m. tomorrow's night. So thank you very much, Phoebe. You did a very amazing job today. Lots of new words about pregnancy and childbirth. Tokophobia. You get it? So okay. See you tomorrow. Good job. Bye.